Affirmative, sir. Who set all these lab monkeys free?
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today on Citadel, it's going to be Rush doing ghosty things against our guy Disco. Very interesting PvT sent to me by RJB. Top left, it's going to be our Terran player. He is teal. It is Rush. We like this guy a lot. He's great. He gotten some second places in ASLs, but now it's SSL, so we'll see if he can get another second place or maybe a first place in the first SSL. And in the bottom right, it's going to be Disco. He is an up-and-coming Protoss player from Korea. He did win ACS 2023, featuring players in the tournament such as DeWalt, such as 1124, who is an unknown unknown. Let's see, is he play Terran or Protoss? I think it's a Protoss player who is unknown, but we'll figure out who he is. He is very, very excellent, and as well as Tengu. So he won a tournament featuring those players as well as other players you have never heard of to take a major tournament win, not a premier, a major level tournament win. So we will see how he does here against Rush, who again is a very, very elite Terran Korean player. So hit that like button if you're excited to see TVP featuring ghosts. When's the last time we saw ghosts in this matchup? Oh, I did actually cast Boxer versus Zodiac on Lost Temple, a 2023 replay, part of the Pippist replays pack from that year. I was able to get the replays loaded up into the classic installer client, and bam, got it. So that was a TVT featuring ghosts. If you want to see that one, ask for a link to it, but it's part of the Boxer playlist. A lot of those are older replays. A lot of them are, some of them are newer replays too, more recent, but a whole bunch of them are in the OG client with the OG graphics, and they're a lot of fun. Be sure to go check those out. Now, Rack's coming up here from Rush on Citadel. Weird map. You have this little sliver of high ground here, which just means you can't see across this, but also you can't really stand up here with anything larger than like a zealot. It just doesn't work that way, and hide. It's very, very strange. Anyway, Gate Cybercore, gas already done, obviously, from our Protoss guy Disco here, and gonna go for a bit of a wall attempt here in case zealots show up. Something to worry about for sure, but at this stage, it looks like we're gonna open up Dragoons, try to pressure it. Looks like Rush is gonna expand, get a bunker at the front, and play this pretty normally, trying to get that economic advantage out on the Protoss player, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work here, as it always does. Although sometimes these fronts do get busted by a combination of a lot of Dragoons, maybe some Zealots, maybe some DTs, which, man, if you guys missed that game, I think it was a Light versus Snow on Retro. I think I posted that last week. So if you love PvT, that Snow versus Light game was absolutely bonkers. I epic tagged it, so be sure to go check it out. But it features this incredible DT Dragoon timing to bust the front door of the Terran player Light. It was amazing. It was, I mean, Snow, man, what a monster he is, huh? Not that he wins every PvT he ever plays, or PvZ. I've cast losses of his in both of those matchups on the channel in the last month or so. So if you're like, Snow wins every game, why do I click on Snow replays? Well, number one, maybe you're a huge Snow fanboy and watching him win is awesome. But also, maybe you just want to watch him lose sometimes, and that happens. I mix losses into wins for every player I put on the channel and every matchup I put on the channel. Finally, an expansion here from Disco. Factory, yes sir, factory on the way here from our guy Rush. RushTube, as he's a streamer as well. Most of, I would say, the top level StarCraft players these days are streamers. Out on Soup these days, I guess. I mean, I was about to say out on Afrika, but Afrika's rebranded to Soup, which is why it's SSL1 instead of ASL 17 or 18 or whatever it was going to be. Second fac on the way, no real surprise there. We've got our gas. We're not going for ye old, marine tank timing or anything. There is an amazing game featuring Light and Snow. Another Light versus Snow game, what? Wherein Light does go for a lot of Marines against Protoss. And it's like, dude, this can't work for you. What is happening? Ooh, third Nexus coming up the right side here from Disco. Loving that. We got the range on the Dragoons. He's firing on the bunkers. As soon as we saw the no gas opening here from Rush, we knew where this was headed, didn't we? We knew where these Dragoons were going. And here they are, firing on a bunker for all time, at least until tanks come out, or maybe spider mines. Well, let's see, another supply depot. Neat, neat, neat. Rush is going to want to get a third base here. Sitting on 2 bases and pushing out and trying to kill the Protoss is not really viable anymore. You definitely want to get a third base out. 3 basing Terran is way better than 2 basing Terran, just by basic math. Disco's getting a robotics facility. We'll see if that turns into Reavers for him, or if he just needs some of those obs to deal with the spider mines. Because guess what? We're researching Vulture speed. Interesting. A speed research first. Not siege mode, and spider mines next. But an unsieged siege tank can chase these Dragoons away unless there are, say, 4 or 5 of them. Then they can pounce on that siege tank and snipe it with 1 volley without losing too much HP or shields either. But 3 Dragoons, not quite ample, not quite beefy enough to get in there and do that. Now, additional gateways coming in here from Disco. He is... What's he firing up? Anything interesting? Observatory, maybe. Yes, he is firing up an observatory. Is it here? Did I click on it? It is! Right here at the front. I feel like losing this would be bad. But he's using it for the wall off anyway. So this is why you get speed. You just run past these Dragoons. They can't contain you. You are speed. You are a Vulture bike pilot. I think they have gears. They have to have gears. They only have 1 speed, right? It's like you get up to full speed like really fast and then never go faster than that. Never like have a cruising speed or anything. Nice block, Dragoon. Blocked in there, but spider mines are going to kill that block. Boom! Another one shot. No! Spider mine connection on Dragoon kills a bunch of probes too. No! Disco! Disco, that hurts. Why'd you bring probes up there? There were spider mines. You knew there were spider mines up there. Oh. Never bring your probes around where spider mines are. Don't do that, especially if there's a Dragoon hanging out or a Zealot or something that will trigger the spider mines. Ugh. So it's 37 workers remaining from Disco, 46 SCVs from Rush. Rush has had, you know, pretty much as good an opening as you can get here. Really hasn't lost anything at all back home. Maybe a couple Vultures have died, but he's killed 2 Dragoons and a bunch of probes, and largely it was Disco's own fault those probes died. I mean, yes, it was a setup. Rush put those spider mines there just to open the door. I don't think he ever imagined that these probes would wander over here into the line of fire. Third base, there it is, coming up down left side here from Rush. Siege mode finishing up, and all 3 parts of the equation are looking fine. Robotic support bay coming in, and a Citadel. So we are going to get Reavers here today. The only thing you can do with a robotic support bay is make... that's not true. But we're going to see Reavers regardless. Nobody gets a support bay and then doesn't make Reavers. It doesn't make... That would make no sense at all. Absolutely ridiculous. No sense. We're going to have to get some Goliaths eventually here just to snipe obs. Like some anti-air, absolutely. But whether or not they're going to be carriers, I don't know. It comes up to Disco here. He decides whether that's going to happen or not. Although sometimes a Terran can really skimp on the Goliath and just have like none. And they're basically begging the Protoss player to go carriers at that point. Whew, forge up, third base, finishing. And what did I say about 3 bases a minute ago? Très bien. Allez, très bien. The 3 bases. Academy coming in for ComSat. Worried about DTs a little bit here. Worried about Arbiter Cloak as the Temple Archives comes in and a Stargate. So this could just be Arbiters. It also could go Stargate right into Fleet Beacon. He's kind of hiding these. But these 2 paired together, to me, indicate Arbiters. But man, getting a lot of Arbiters and getting Reavers is a tough ask. Not that any Reavers are being produced. None that have been produced either. So maybe he is going to get a support bay and not make any Reavers at all. I don't know. There's a scan. What did we scan? Just this area here to see if it was safe to move down, and it was. Excellent scan. 4th base coming up here, bottom right corner, minerals only. If you're listening and you know what Citadel is, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys do listen to the casts and not necessarily watch them, so I do try to do more of a radio style call, give you an idea of what's going on with the voice. Yep. There's the Arbiter Tribunal. Zealot legs coming in. There's a starport. Where is Starport? I'm so blind, you guys. I am. Caster blindness affects us quite a bit. That's a supply depot. Is it up here? No. Yeah, there's definitely a starport because the science facility, that's right here. No, that's the science facility. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this hard wall of supply depots that Rush is building right here. It's like, you're not getting through that. Good luck. That's an armory. These are factories. There it is. There it is. Right here. Starport. Control tower coming in. So we're definitely getting some science vessels, some EMP. But as the name of the replay and the name of the VOD here on YouTube suggests, we are getting some ghosts at some point here. So, how many? What will they do? Will they use lockdown? I don't know what else they're going to do here. Maybe some nukes would be cool. I'm down. I haven't seen nukes in a game that I've cast in some time. Really, against Zerg or Protoss. Or Terran, even. Stasis is on the way for the Protoss player. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th base coming up at the 6 o'clock. For Disco, hardwalling against incoming Vulture Harass, but Rush seems to have chilled it with the Vulture Harass. He did kill a ton of probes, but look at that. We've skyrocketed past Rush now. 74 to 65 total workers in favor of Disco. Another command center on the way. So 4th base probably going to be landed here if I had to bet my professional casting credentials on something. More and more factories, dude. I mean, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fac. But hey, if you're going to be on 4 bases, sure. You can support it. Get the production started before you take the 4th base, and you'll be in a better spot. Disco says, but what about I move out, and you don't have any spider mines out on the map, except for like kind of right in front of your army, which is interesting. Like usually you'll see spider mines out here and down here, but Rush kind of turtling up a little bit here on these 4 bases. There's the Ghost. Okay, Ghost coming in because this is a covert ops. He's working on sight range. Ocular implants for sight range. Imagine if to see further, you had to get something implanted in your ocular region. That doesn't sound very nice. I guess maybe it's just like LASIK, right? Maybe it doesn't hurt. Maybe it's a fine procedure that most people can handle, and ghosts have to do it to see further, and it's not a big deal. I don't know. But it's an implantation. So like it's a cybernetic augmentation, right? Don't know. All right, so that's good, but are we getting any nuke silos? That's what everybody wants to know. They saw ghosts, and they're like, where are my nukes? You can't make ghosts without making nukes, right? Recall coming in, Storm coming in, another scan. Scans this base, scans over here, scans this base. Vultures are out and about, and they are ready to make a move down here. And there you go. We do have upgrades. We have +1 attack, which means we can burn down cannons fairly quickly. Oh, they're taking a lot of our boys with them, though, aren't they? Okay, so there are so many cannons here. And now they're all gone. So good job getting the probes out of there. Yeah, might as well kill that cannon. You already did the damage. Now a bunch of zealots come in. Oh, probes are coming back in. Look at this timing from Disco. He times it to where they can come back and they're safe. And bam, the last vulture dies. Fantastic. Really, really, really good stuff here. Really great stuff. So more gateways coming up at the top right from Disco. Maybe for, additional production facilities. Your main isn't huge on Citadel. It's pretty big. I mean, the man has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got like 13 gates in his main, so it's not that small. Trust me on that one. Personnel cloaking, not personal cloaking, personnel cloaking. Coming in for those ghosts. And there's the nuke silo. Okay. So yes, we are getting a nuke silo. He killed his own comsat to build a nuke silo at his natural base, but he's keeping comsats on the other bases because, the arbiters are here and you want the scans, right? We're putting the gas that normally go into a lot of science vessels into ghosts right now, as there is 1 science vessel, but it's not, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. We're not researching EMP here either. Also, I'm not sure if we have lockdown yet. Cloak getting researched first, and Disco's making a move, ladies and gentlemen, coming right on in to this 4th base, stasising one of the tanks in the position, stasising another couple tanks there on the left side, storming what isn't stasis. Great positioning on that storm, but still too much Terran here with +2 attack against the no armor. Oh, 1 shield, 1 attack units from Disco. All right, all right. So Disco, yes, all these cannons died. They're back, though. Not exactly in the places that they were previously, but still. Disco hanging on. I still don't think he knows about the ghosts, man. I don't think they've been revealed. I'm pretty sure they're hanging out somewhere far from the front lines. Yeah. Here's our boys. If you get into the natural base and spot these, great. Oh, tanks dying to friendly fire siege splash there. Those zealots came out of stasis and immediately turned into zealot bombs for those tanks. That was cool. That was really cool. There's your lockdown and your EMP. Neat. On the other side of it, Disco's like, why are you not attacking me? He saw your ghost. Now he knows. He knows you're up to shenanigans at this point, Rush. You know who Disco is. You know you probably outmatched this guy. And you're messing around. Let's see if this gets punished or not. There's a scan. Vultures heading up top right. They wipe out the Zealots with little to no difficulty at all. Okay, maybe a couple more Vultures died there than I thought would. They decide to fall back, not go into 5 cannons. Maybe they're going to go over here. There's only 1 cannon here if you can bust through that pylon wall. Scans in to see the invisible units. Nothing really to attack the Arbiters directly, but nuclear launch detected right here, right now. Vultures get into the natural base, and the push into the 4th base, the storming of the SCVs is real, and here comes the nuke. Beautifully executed. Boom! 4 cannons die right there. Only 1 cannon remaining in the top right. The Vultures need to get in there, take advantage of it. There are units responding to the natural base. So now the 5th base in the top right needs to be responded to. As actually it's a 6th base. Counting is not my forte. Yeah, 6th base. Go, 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 go. There's only some zealots there. You guys are really strong with +2 attack and no, all right, you're gonna fall back. More nukes in production. Yes, let's rock. Let's rock this joint. We get some nukes here. If you like nukes, check out the Sunday stream too. I'm here streaming on Sundays, starting at about 10 a.m. Eastern in the U.S. And we get nukes out on that stream more often than anywhere else in StarCraft, I think. It's players who are sending me replays where they're nuking their opponents, often in fastest map, which means you can have like 10 command centers with nuke silos on them. And go nuclear, 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 launch detected. And it's great. Did he sneak a ghost? He did. He snuck it in here before these cannons got replaced. The dots, Mason. What do they mean? No, Disco doesn't know. He scans to see his own handiwork. 57 probes remain, 58 SCVs. Dragoons and like High Templar got back here at this 12 o'clock 5th base of Rush. Killed some SCVs. It's a 3-kill Dragoon. It's not the end of the world. Disco expanding bottom left, too. Says, yes, you've killed my probes. Yes, you've killed some cannons. I mean, it hasn't been great, but my Nexuses have survived because you're not moving out with tanks. You're moving out with Vultures and Ghosts. And unless you want an EMP nuke combo, which Rush has on the table, because he has EMP, and he has Science Vessels, and he has Ghosts with nukes, we might get there. That was another game that I cast featuring Boxer. Look at the follow. Look at this obs. Oh, that was another one where... Okay, but 2 nukes is enough. Oh, he's attacking and revealing his position. Why? I think he's going to run out of cloak before the nuke comes in. Is that what he's worried about? Seems like that's what's going on to me. All right. Fair enough. We got ourselves a +1 air attack coming in for our guy Disco. Is he carrier transitioning? Dude, the enemy has a lockdown. I don't know about that idea. Maybe he just... Oh, he is throwing up more Stargates. I don't know if he has a fleet beacon, though. Look at this ghost. Look at him. He's teal. He's blending into the surroundings pretty darn effectively. Huge engagement. Middle of the map. Too many siege tanks for Disco to break this, I'm afraid. That is not happening, mon frere. I mean, hang on. With more stasis, though. Hold on a second. The stasis has totally turned the tide. The nuke is down here at the 6 o'clock position. This place has not been nuked yet. So I like that Rush is choosing different places to nuke. But dude, the 4th base of Rush is under attack. There aren't a lot of zealots remaining. The tanks aren't sieged anyway. And, oh, did I miss it? Crap. I did. But, we know what happened here. A bunch of more probes died. Yay. The aggression here from Disco continues to come back. Okay, fine. Let's check it out. We gotta watch it. We gotta see it. We gotta see every nuke in this game. I knew where it was. I just got so flabbergasted by the effectiveness of those stasises and the crushings that happened that when this thing landed, I was like, somewhere else. And here it comes. Obs and Zealots come in just like 2 seconds too late. Absolutely brutal stuff. Meanwhile, Disco continues his rampage over on around the natural base and the third bases of Rush. Getting into the fourth base. Honestly, killing this command center, not a bad idea. But he decides to fight instead. Oh, Turret just got a kill on an Arbiter. That should never happen. And Disco falling back. 3-1-1 upgrades from him. Fleet Beacon, there it is. Wow. The Madman is going carriers against someone he knows has ghosts. Are we going to see some lockdown here in an actual pro-level Korean game? Because there's an Artosis game that I cast a couple of years ago where, yes, he did end up going ghosts against a carrier Protoss player, and it was awesome. It was really good. Artosis went nukes. He went lockdown. It was one of the funnest games I've ever cast. Again, if you want to link to that or any other videos I posted on the channel that I talk about, ask me in the comments. I read every comment anyone ever makes, guys. Yeah, good. Some more scanning. He's like, did you up your defenses at this base at all? Can I take out this Nexus with a second nuke?
Nuclear launch detected.
No, because there are 2 obs coming this way, and the majority of Disco's army. Wait, what? Okay, I was like, there's no way. There's no way they missed that. Okay, they almost kind of did walk right past it, didn't they? That would have been very, very funny. Yeah, so carriers coming in. I need to know if this if this whole concept of carriers has been scanned, because the man's still making vultures, and you don't really go heavy on vultures and tanks once your enemy has a fleet beacon. Like, yes, if they're going hybrid carrier, which they probably are. Man, more scans, huh? Oh, this is it. This is it. He sees the stuff. Not all of the stuff. He doesn't see the fleet beacon, but he's got to know it's either mass scouts or Corsairs or something stupid, or it's carriers. So let's see. He's maxed out, so he can't build anything. He can't build any Goliaths now. But what he can do is wipe out the carrier production capabilities and tech before we get to carriers. I love that idea. We've seen Flash employ that very strat on this channel against, I want to say, Bisu on this very map a month or 2 ago. So, yeah, making a push on the fourth base again here is Disco. A lot of Zealots, not many Spider Mines or Vultures in this position. And as a result, all these tanks are going to die. Evac of the SCVs, and this fourth base might actually die this time. The Dragoons decide not to. Woo! All right, man, the carriers are here. But I don't know if you can kill these tanks fast enough to prevent the death of all of your production and all of these probes down here. Okay, here's a lockdown. We ready for this action? We ready for it? Lockdown! Lockdown! Your 2 carriers are locked down! Death! Death to us all! Death comes for all carriers! When there are ghosts on the field. 12 o'clock base attacked by Disco. Pretty effective up here too, though. Does get in to this 5th base and completely destroy it. The 4th base going to try to come back here and land very bravely. Rush's ground army moving around, trying to find another base to wipe out in revenge for the death of that 12 o'clock, which he landed it, allowing these Zealots to actually kill this thing with 3-2-2 upgrades. The mech good storms at 2-2. 3-3's on the way here from Rush, but it seems a little bit late for our Terran player. Great stasis on 3 of the tanks and 3 of the Vultures. Really, really nice stuff there. Lockdown, EMP combo, EMP on the Dragoons, a lockdown on one of the Dragoons. Rush has fallen back. Did he play around and find out? Is that what this game is? Because Disco, I don't know if he's the quality of player that you want to mess around that much with. Right? He won a tournament featuring players like Tengu, who we've seen take down some big names on the channel over the last 3 or 4 months. He took down players like DeWalt, who's the best foreigner in the world. Good EMP there too. Rush is making use of the underutilized capabilities. I guess EMP is not an underutilized capability. We see it quite a bit. Man, the stasises from Disco are just S tier though. They are S tier top notch. The Goliaths continue to fight. Another lockdown on an Arbiter, but there are still 2 here. 2 Zealots remain. More Zealots coming down. Dude, this goes up 180 to 129 supply. What is this game? Oh, hang on. You do want to kill the Forge before you go home. Goliath seemed a little bit torn about leaving or actually killing the Fleet Beacon. So Disco's ability to go into carriers is gone. Not that he really wanted to do it again after recognizing that, oh my gosh, the man research lockdown. What a madman. Like, every Brood War player knows that lockdown exists. But when you're playing a game of StarCraft, you just don't, it's not there. It's not there in the list of things your enemy could quite possibly do. Even though it totally is on the list of things your enemy could possibly do. 142 to 76 supply. These stasises of Disco have been elite. He is winning battles with a Meching Terran player as good as Rush is. They have 3-3 upgrades, or they do now. I'm not entirely sure how long they've had 3-3 upgrades, but still, what a match this has been today. Absolutely incredible stuff here. RJB sent in the replay. Check him out, man. YouTube.com/@RJB_TV. RJB TV is a different channel. _TV is the guy, the StarCraft guy, if you want the StarCraft. Check him out, man. Alrighty then, Disco making a push on the 4th base. Again, the 5th base is gone. If this 4th base dies, I don't know that Rush has a path to victory here. I mean, Disco's lost some bases too. The Stasis is good. The Storm's good. SCV is coming in to repair and body block. And that's it, man. Rush taps out. That was so good. Oh, that was an amazing cast. Thanks again, RJB, for sending it in, dude. You're the best. And wow. What a crazy, crazy, crazy PVT that was, man. Did you think when you saw there were ghosts in a PVT that would have turned into a Protoss win? Especially with carriers on the thumbnail? No. You're like, oh no. The hard counter to carriers has finally been used. Protoss has no answer. And he didn't, but then he stopped making carriers and made more arbiters. And the stasis is really good. And yes, these bases died. Absolutely. Losing 2 bases in a game against Rush isn't great. And only 1 mining base really remains here from Disco at the top right. But Rush has nothing left. If this base dies, this is gone. Zealot keeping an eye on it. Yeah, it's a no mining bases at all. Rush is mined out if this is out. And it is. This thing has taken so much damage and never died. Because it keeps getting repaired after the attacks. And Disco's never finished it off. And he never will because the game's over now. But, yo! Yeah, and I thought, too, with that early probe deficit, thanks to Disco unexplainably bringing a bunch of probes over to where a spider mine is to block, I guess? But then the trigger and the Dragoon and the... This thing... Oh, man. I'm out on TikTok and Instagram these days. I gotta post clips, like 2 or 3 clips from this game out on the social media to highlight how friggin' awesome it is. Seriously, though, banger of a PVT. Disco wins, and I do think this is an example of why you maybe don't go ghosts against Protoss. We had nukes in this game. Like, there's nukes, too. There's nukes and lockdown and spider mine connections and all this stuff that makes it seem like Rush won. He didn't. Spoiler alert. The man did not win. Good stuff here from Disco. Are we expecting more from Disco? Is he on our list of up-and-coming players like Tengu? Is he? Should he be on there? I'll ask RJB about it, because he is sending me games from these younger, unknown, up-and-coming Koreans who have been, like, born into the game and molded into it, and they've never known a world without StarCraft. So, I mean, those kind of guys are scary, right? I guess. There's some of that going on in StarCraft 2 now, too. Some younger players who, you know, were like 8 or 9 years old when StarCraft 2 came out and are now monsters. And it's just like, yeah, well, because your entire conscious life, you've been practicing StarCraft. That's all you know. So anyway, GG here, man, Disco. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you enjoyed that, because it was worth it. End of the day, 221,000 points to 246,000 points. Disco on the lead. Rush outproduced and got out killed by 1. So these numbers don't indicate a good win for Disco at all, but 35 buildings raised by Rush, only 16 by Disco. And then resources here. Disco got the outspend. In 26 minutes, it's an 18,500 outspend by resources here against Rush, and that's enough. That's definitely enough. I recently cast a PvT where the Protoss outspent the Terran in 36 minutes by like 7,000 resources. Was not enough. Spoiler alert. So, GG! And that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.